And here in Michigan, Governor Gretchen Whitmer is calling on the state board to divest Michigan from any Russian investments in response to the invasion.
The human toll of war is certainly heartbreaking, and the economic toll will be just as concerning.
Prices are already starting to rise. Everything from gas to food to beer could soon cost you more.
Meantime, Ford becoming the latest automaker to take a stand against Russia, suspending its operations in the country effective immediately.
Tonight, 7 Action News reporter Kim Russell is taking an in-depth look and talking to experts about how this invasion could hit your pocket and the bottom line for businesses.
The United States responded to Russia's invasion of Ukraine with economic sanctions. The goal? To hurt Russia's ability to fund the conflict and to hurt the economy in such a way that it creates political pressures on President Vladimir Putin.
How unprecedented are these levels of sanctions?
So we are really in uncharted territory right now.
Paolo Pasquarello is a professor of finance at the University of Michigan. He says it's not clear yet how the sanctions on Russia will impact banks around the globe, leading to market volatility.
Any economist that pretends to give you an answer with certitude about this is basically lying to you. We don't know.
It's really destabilized the Russian economy.
Aaron Reddish is a Russian history professor at Wayne State University. The sanctions in place prevent the Kremlin from accessing any of its more than $600 billion in reserves in the U.S. or in U.S. dollars in foreign countries. They also cut off some Russian banks from the SWIFT financial messaging system, which is used by thousands of banks around the world.
And so most Russians are going to find themselves shut out of this system. You will see the ruble to continue its collapse and prices in Russia continuing to rise.
Here in the United States, what kind of impact can people expect to see in their own lives from these sanctions?
Probably the most obvious one will be filling up your car with gas. That is, the price of gas is going to probably go up.
That's right. The oil market is global. So if there's any impact on supply, and Russia supplies oil, it's going to impact your prices at the pump. People have mixed feelings about this.
If I don't pay, I don't get no gas. I can't get to work. Just be thankful that I ain't fighting the war.
But it's not just at the pump. There are also local businesses that could feel the impact.
We have so many connections between Detroit, our automotive sector, and Russian businesses.
Marian Reich is president of Global Ties Detroit, a State Department organization that sends citizens to build business relationships in other countries. She has spoken to Russians she has worked with in the past in recent days.
They're all very concerned. Many of the Russians are speaking up against what their government is doing. And they're very concerned about their own ability to, do business, to travel.
I have clients that range from fintech companies to healthcare, what we call med tech companies, to mobility companies.
CEO of the BTL Group, Jonathan Quarles, serves as an international business consultant. He had a trip through Global Ties Detroit to Russia planned to build connections for Detroit businesses that is now on hold. He says his concern is with the people whose lives are on the line.
In the midst of all the politics and government, it's about people. And there's innocent people that our lives are being taken.
We can increase peace, understanding, and prosperity through these connections.
And while we might feel some economic impact, experts are trying to put it in perspective.
It affects the economy, obviously, most drastically in Ukraine and Russia. It will affect the economy in Europe, and then us least of all.
Kim Russell, 7 Action News.
Certainly a lot of good insight into what we're facing. Thank you so much, Kim, for that.